And welcome everyone to Wizards Pregame. We got Cardo W. Jr. here. I'm Wilson Tarpon Jr. Watching the Wizards, they're wrapping up this road trip with the second half of a back-to-back. They lost to the Trailblazers last night, 123 to 88. It puts them at 17 to 57 on the season. If you missed that recap, it's up on the channel. The Wizards snapped their 16-game losing streak with a win over the Jazz a few games ago. But since then, they have now lost back-to-back games to the Warriors and the Blazers. This is the last night of the current road trip, as I just mentioned. Wizards will face the Los Angeles Lakers tonight, who are 48 and 26. They're coming off back-to-back wins over the Pacers and the Nets. LA is currently the third seed in the Western Conference. Playoff race behind the Spurs and the Thunder. Injury report: the Wizards will be without Bilal Coulibaly, Alex Sarr, Trey Young, Keyshawn George, Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, and Cam Whitmore. The Lakers are missing Deuterio and Marcus Smart. Luka Doncic isn't playing. He's not playing tonight, but it's because of suspension, not because of injury. These teams met earlier this season in DC when the Lakers won 142 to 111. That was that crazy game where Luka messed around here like a 30-point triple double or something by the half in the nation's capital. Well, he can't do that tonight since he's suspended. This game concludes their season series. Cardell, what are the keys to tonight's game?
Even though Luka's not playing, you still got to slow down Austin Reeves and obviously LeBron James, who I expect to kind of be more aggressive. Along with Rui Hachimura, former Wizard, and DeAndre Ayton. This is the type of team he probably motivated to dominate, so to speak. But before we get to that, the Lakers are one of the most efficient offensive teams in the league. They're number one in field goal percentage, literally shooting 50% from the field, which is, again, tops in the league. They get to the free throw line. They get the most free throw attempts. Obviously, that's going to take a hit with Luka not in the game because he leads the league in free throw attempts. Everybody talking about Shea, and actually it's Luka that leads the league in free throw attempts. With just over 10 a game. But if LeBron's more aggressive, also Reeves is more aggressive because Luka's not in the game, that means more shots, more touches, the ball in one of their hands more. I'm sure they're more than willing to try to make it just like incapable. You know what I mean? Especially with LeBron not being a good 3-point shooter, I expect him to try to get downhill. You said Sarr not there, and the paint it's going to be looking like something to eat tonight for him. So I expect him to try to be super aggressive, get the game over, and at his age, obviously try to get some rest, man. Offensive rating for the Lakers 118.3, eighth in the league, and just want to kind of bring home, how potent they are offensively. Defensively, you can get yours. That's all on the Wizards and how they execute, and if they don't turn the ball over and make mistakes. But offensively, they're very hard, tough to guard. Because of their playmakers and the three horses that they got, and it's not just them. Rui's capable. They got some guys that's capable when they're fully healthy. But let's start with Austin Reeves, man. Averaging 23.6 points, career year, 5.5 assists, 4.7 rebounds. On 49, 36, 86 splits, man. He gets it done from all three levels, man. He's a very good playmaker. Elite one-on-one player as far as scoring the ball. He can finish at the rim. He gets to the free throw line 7 times a game. So he's pretty much second on the team, which tells you and that's what I'm saying. Like him getting to the line 3 more times a night, that's not way out of the realm of possibility. With him possibly gonna get half of what Luka would normally have with the touches and shot selection and all that. But then the thing, people underestimate is his playmaking. He makes the right reads, man. He can make any pass. You see the grades that he had, man. That's what makes him hard to guard. So, while you're worried about his scoring, if somebody try to help, he can find them and make you pay that way. So it makes guys have to stay at home. And against the Wizards, who obviously one of the worst defensive teams in the league, if not the worst, they got a tall order to try to slow down, take something away from Austin Reeves. And that's the key. You got to take something. If you're going to score, fine. Just make him hit tough shots. But you can't give him 30 and give up 10 assists or something like that. You're going to lose. And, it's just as simple as that. LeBron James, 20.9 points, 6.9 assists, 6 rebounds, 51% from the field, 31% from deep, 74% from the free throw line. Not a good 3-point shooter, but he's streaky. You know what I mean? If you give it to him, he hit a couple. You got to go out there and treat it like he's hitting 40%. It's as simple as that. You got to be physical on defense. He's always been a freight train getting downhill. That's what he loves to do, and that's something that the Wizards got to be strong and physically and try to wall up. But with that being said, obviously he's one of the best passers the game has seen. That's literally, to me, has always been his top skill, his playmaking. So even when you wall up, you got to be able to recover or rotate to get back to the man, whoever he's passing to wide open, man, and just try to make life tough. Which is a tall order. You got to keep him off the boards as well. He can really he's a better defensive rebounder than offensive rebounder. But you got to keep him off the boards because then the ball is in his hands and he can get up to the court either by the outlet pass or he can try to run past you. Still pretty fast at at his age with the mileage he has. And obviously, once he touches the paint, your defense has to sink in, and then that's when he can just pick you apart. So preferably, you want to wall up when he does drive, but you want to keep him on the perimeter, try to make him a jump shooter, and kind of stay at home with everybody else, and that's where you can kind of keep him at bay. But we're gonna see how that happens. DeAndre Ayton, like I said, 12.3 points, 8.3 rebounds, but with no Luka, I expect him to get more touches. It's no Sar either. Vucevic and those guys. If Reese plays, I'm not sure if he's playing because I think the playoffs about to start for the go-go. I got to check. You got to be physical because he's a lob threat. He's a dump off threat. When he's locked in on his game, it's enough for him to get 20 and 10. So the Wizards want any hope of staying in this game, not duplicating what we saw in DC. Lord, just don't have it be that, man. Don't have it be that. You got to be physical. You got to keep him off the boards. And make it hard for him to get easy touches and where he would have to finish over a lot of bodies and a lot of length every time. And, once he misses a few, he's known to get, he learned, irritated and start rushing shots and that's how you can get inside his head and mess with him a little bit and disrupt him. But, it's all predicated on the Wizards. And then Rui, you got to keep track of Rui. 11.1 points, 3.2 rebounds. But he's shooting 50, 43, 74 splits. You got to guard him, especially if you're wide open. And with the aggressiveness I'm expecting to see from Reeves and LeBron, I expect them to get a lot of wide open shots. So that means you got to dig down, you got to recover. So with that being said, we're going to see how that goes. And also look out for Luke Kennard, the shooters. Like I said, man, 45% from deep. I don't know who.
45.
Whoever gave him to the Lakers, I mean, I'm not even gonna get into that malpractice out here. But anyway, that can go off, man, and really light up the scoreboard. Luke Kennard, I remember when he was with the Clippers, and he
I was about to say that Luke Kennard game
years ago when they came in DC, brought him back from 33 points down, and they beat him. That's when I was like, this is.
And that was not the Clippers 18. That was not the Clippers 18 that did that either.
All of them was out. And and I'm like, Lord, that's when it was just like rock bottom when that happened, man. So, he capable of lighting that thing up, man. So we're gonna see when, if the Wizards come to play or not, man. You know what I mean? It's on them, tall order. The Lakers are streaking right now, getting ready for the playoffs. So we'll see how it goes.
And the last little thing I like to add is from that the incident with Luca earlier this season. One thing we saw was LA when they saw Washington, they got up the court quick after makes or misses. They were just launching the ball up court. So Washington, I'm sure, obviously, special team, scout this film. Get back. They was throwing nine routes on a regular basis against the Wizards, just launching. Like anytime the Wizards shot went up, sometimes Brown by himself, other times it was two folks just freaking down the court like it was four verts. So get back. But as Cardell said, those are the keys. You guys enjoyed a nice game.